to the mariners! Fall to it yearly, we run ourselves aground! Bestir! Bestir!
I'm a hat! Kill me hat! Yeah! Yeah! Take in the topsail! Get to the master's whistle! Blow to the Personae winds if room enough!
Good bosun! Have care! Where's the master? Play the man!
I pray now, keep below!
Where's the master, bosun?
Do you not hear him, you more labor? Keep your cabins! You do assist the storm!
They could be patient!
When the sea is! Hits! What cares these roarers? For the name of King! To cabin! Silence! Trouble us not!
Good, yet remember whom thou hast aboard!
None that I more love than myself. You are a councillor! If you can command these elements to silence and work the peace of the present, we will not hand a rope more! Use your authority! If you cannot, give thanks you have lived so long and make yourself ready in your cabins for the mischance of the hour, if it so hap. Surely good hearts! Out of our way, I say!
I have great comfort from this fellow. Methinks he hath no drowning mark upon him. His complexion is perfect gallows. Stand fast, good fate, to his hanging. If he be not born to be hanged, our case is miserable.
On your throat, you bawling, blasphemous, and charitable dog!
Work you then!
Hang cur! Hang you horse and insolent noise maker! We are less afraid to be drowned than thou art!
I'll warrant him for drowning, though the ship were no stronger than a nutshell!
Lay a hold! A hold! Set her 2 courses! Off to sea again! Lay her off!
All lost! To prayers! To prayers! All lost!
What? Must our mouths be cold?
The king and prince at prayers! Let us assist them, for our case is as theirs!
I am out of patience!
We are merely cheated out of our lives by drunkards! This white-capped rascal would thou might like drowning the washing of 10 tides!
I'll warrant him for drowning, though the ship were no stronger than a nutshell!
Mercy on us!
Split! We split! We split! Let's all sink with the king!
Let us take leave of him!
Now would I give 1,000 furlongs of sea for an acre of barren ground. Long heath, brown furs, anything. The wills above be done, but I would fain die a dry death.
If by your art, my dearest mother, you have set the wild waters in this roar, allay them. The sky, it seems, would pour down stinking pitch, but that the sea, mounting to the welkin's cheek, dashes the fire out. Oh, I have suffered with those that I saw suffer. A brave vessel, who had no doubt some noble creature in her, dashed all to pieces. Oh, the cry did knock against my very heart. Poor souls, they perished. Had I been any god of power, I would have sunk the sea within the earth, or ere it should the good ship so have swallowed, and the freighting souls within her.
Be collected. No more amazement. Tell your piteous heart there is no harm done.
Oh, woe the day!
No harm. I have done nothing but in care of thee, my dear one, thee, my daughter, who art ignorant of what thou art, not knowing of whence I am, nor that I am much better than Prospera, mistress of a full Porcel, and thy no greater mother.
More to know to never meddle with my thoughts.
'Tis time I should inform thee farther. Lend thy hand and pluck my magic garment from me. So lie there, my art. Oh, wipe thou thine eyes, have courage. The very direful spectacle of the wreck which touched the very nature of compassion in thee, I have with such provision in mine art, so safely ordered that there is no soul, no, not so much perdition as an hair betid to any creature on that vessel, which thou heardst cry, which thou saw'st sink. Sit down, for thou must now no farther.
You have often begun to tell me what I am, but stopped and left me to a bootless inquisition, concluding stay, not yet.
The hours now come. The very minute bids thee ope thine ears, obey, and be attentive. Oh, canst thou remember a time before we came unto this cell? I do not think thou canst, for then thou wast not out 3 years old.
Certainly, madam, I can.
By what? By any other house or person? Of anything the image tell me that is kept with thy remembrance?
'Tis far off, and rather like a dream than an assurance that my remembrance warrants. Had I not 4 or 5 women once that tended me?
Thou hadst, and more, Miranda. But how is it this lives in thy mind? What seest thou else in the dark backward and abysm of time? If thou rememberest aught ere thou camest here, how thou camest here thou mayest.
But that I do not.
12 years since, Miranda. 12 years since. Thy mother was Duchess of Milan and a prince of power.
Are not you my mother?
Thou art my daughter. Thy father was Duke of Milan. Thou art his only heir and a princess no worse issued.
Oh, the heavens! What foul play had we that we came from thence? Or blessed was it we did?
Both. Both, my girl. By foul play, as thou sayest, were we heaved thence, but blessedly holp hither.
Oh, my heart bleeds to think of the teen that I have turned you to, which is from my remembrance. Please you farther.
Thy father grew ill and died.
Oh, my father.
My brother and thy uncle called Antonio. I pray thee mark me, that a brother should be so perfidious. To him I put the manage of my state. I for knowledge of the liberal arts, without a parallel, those being all my study. The government I cast upon my brother, and to my state grew stranger, being transported and wrapped in secret study. Thy false uncle, dost thou attend?
Madam, most heedfully.
Being once perfected how to grant suits, how to deny them, who to advance and who to trash for overtopping, new created the creatures that were mine. I say or changed them, or else new formed them. Having both the key of officer and office, set all the hearts of the state to what tune pleased his ear, that now he was the ivy that hid my princely trunk, and sucked my verdure out on it. Thou attendest not.
Good madam, I do.
I pray thee, mark me. I thus neglecting worldly ends, all dedicated to closeness and the bettering of my mind with that which, but by being so retired, o'erprized all popular rate. In my false brother awakened an evil nature, and my trust, like a good parent, did beget of him a falsehood in its contrary, as great as my trust was, which had indeed no limit, a confidence sans bound. He being thus lorded not only with what my revenue yielded, but what my power might else exact, like one having into truth, by telling of it, made such a sinner of his memory, to credit his own lie, he did believe he was indeed the Duke, out of the substitution and executing the outward face of royalty with all prerogative. Hence his ambition growing. Dost thou hear?
Your tale would cure deafness.
To have no screen between this part he played and her he played it for. He needs will be absolute Milan, but me, poor one, my library was dukedom large enough. Of temporal royalties he thinks me now incapable. Confederate, so dry he was for sway with the King of Naples, to give him annual tribute, do him homage, subject his coronet to the crown, and bend the dukedom yet unbowed. Alas, poor Milan, to most ignoble stooping.
Oh, the heavens!
Mark this condition, and the event, and tell me if this be a brother.
I should sin to think but nobly of my grandmother. Good wombs have borne bad sons.
Now, the condition. This King of Naples, being an enemy to me inveterate, hearkens my brother's suit, which was that he, in lieu of the premises of homage, and I know not how much tribute, should presently extirpate me and mine out of the dukedom, and confer fair Milan with all the honors on my brother. Whereon a treacherous army levied one midnight, fated to the purpose, did Antonio open the gates of Milan, and in the dead of darkness the ministers for the purpose hurried thence me and thy crying self.
Alack for pity! I not remembering how I cried out then will cry it o'er again. 'Tis a hint that rings mine eyes to it.
Hear a little further, and then I'll bring thee to the present business which now's upon us, without the which this story were most impertinent.
Wherefore did they not that hour destroy us?
Well demanded. My tale provokes that question. Dear they durst not. So dear the love my people bore me, nor set a mark so bloody on the business, but with colors fairer painted their foul ends. In few, they hurried us aboard a bark, bore us some leagues to sea, where they prepared a rotten carcass of a butt, not rigged, nor tackle sail, nor mast. The very rats instinctively had quit it. There they hoist us to cry to the sea that roared to us, to sigh to the wind, whose pity, sighing back again, did us but loving wrong.
Alack, what trouble was I then to you?
Oh, a cherubin thou wast that did preserve me. Thou didst smile, infuse it with a fortitude from heaven. When I have decked the sea with drops full salt, under my burden groaned, which raised in me an undergoing stomach to bear up against what should ensue.
How came we ashore?
By providence divine. Some food we had, and some fresh water that a noble Neapolitan, Gonzalo, out of his charity, and then being appointed master of the design, did give us, with rich garments, linens, stuffs, and necessaries, which since have steadied much. So of his gentleness, knowing I loved my books, he furnished me from mine own library with volumes that I prized above my dukedom.
Would I might but ever see that man.
Now I arise. Sit still and hear the rest of our sea sorrow. Here have I, when we arrived on this island, made as thy schoolmaster, made thee more profit than other princes can, who have more time for vainer hours and tutors not so careful.
Heavens thank you for it. Now, I pray you, madam, for 'tis still beating in my mind, your reason for raising the sea storm.
Know thus far forth, by accident most strange, bountiful fortune now, my dear lady, hath mine enemies brought to this shore, and by my prescience I find my zenith doth depend upon a most auspicious star, whose influence, if now I court not but omit, my fortunes will ever after droop. Here, cease more questions. Thou art inclined to sleep. 'Tis a good dullness, and give it way. I know thou canst not choose. Come here, servant, come! I'm ready now. Approach, my Ariel, come!
All hail, great master. Grand Madam, hail. I come to answer thy best pleasure, be it to fly, to swim, to dive into the fire, to ride on the curled clouds. To thy strong bidding, task Ariel in all his quality.
Hast thou, spirit, performed to point the tempest that I bade thee?
To every article. I boarded the king's ship, now on the beak, now in the waist. The deck, in every cabin I flamed amazement. Sometimes I divide and burn in many places. The bowsprit, the yards, and topmast did I flame distinctly. Then meet and join. Jove's lightning, the precursors to the dreadful thunderclaps, more momentary and sight outrunning were not. The fire and cracks of sulphurous roaring did the most mighty Neptune seem to besiege, and make his bold waves tremble, yea, his dread trident shake.
My brave spirit, but who was so firm, so constant that this coil would not infect his reason?
Not a soul but felt a fever of the mad, and played some tricks of desperation. All but mariners plunged into the foaming brine and quit the vessel. Then all afire with me. The king's son, Ferdinand, with hair up staring, then like reeds, not hair, was the first man that leapt and cried, "Hell is empty and all the devils are here!"
Why, that's my spirit. But was this not nigh shore?
Oh, close by, my master.
But are they, Ariel, safe?
Not a hair perished. On their sustaining garments, not a blemish, but fresher than before.
Oh?
And as thou badst me, in troops I have dispersed them about the isle. The king's son have I landed by himself, and left cooling of the air with sighs in an odd angle of the isle, sitting with his arms in a sad knot.
Of the king's ship, the mariners, say how thou hast disposed, and all the rest of the fleet.
Safely in harbor is the king's ship, in the deep nook where once thou calledst me up at midnight to fetch dew from the still vexed Bermudas. There she is hid. The mariners, all under hatches stowed, who, with a charm I joined to their suffered labor, I have left asleep. For the rest of the fleet, which I dispersed, they have all met again, and are upon the Mediterranean float, bound sadly home for Naples, supposing they saw the king's ship wrecked, and his great person perish.
Ariel, thy charge exactly is performed, but there is more work. What is the time of day?
Past the mid-season?
At least 2 glasses. The time twixt 6 and now must by us both be spent most preciously.
Is there more toil? Since thou dost give me pains, let me remember thee, what thou hast promised, which is not yet performed me.
How now, moody? What is it thou canst demand?
My liberty!
Before the time be out, no more.
I prithee, remember, I have done thee worthy service, told thee no lies, made thee no mistakings, served without or grudge or grumblings. Thou didst promise to bait me a full year.
Dost thou forget from what a torment I did free thee?
No.
Thou dost. and thinkst it much to tread the ooze of the salt deep, to run upon the sharp wind of the north, to do me business in the veins of the earth when it is baked with frost?
I do not, madam.
Thou liest, malignant thing! Hast thou forgot the foul witch Sycorax, who with age and envy was grown into a hoop? Hast thou forgot her?
No, madam.
Thou hast. Where was she born? Speak! Tell me!
Madam, in Argier.
Oh, was she so? I must once in a month recount what thou hast been, which thou forgett'st. This damned witch Sycorax, for mischiefs manifold and sorceries terrible to enter human hearing, from Argiers thou knowest was banished. For one thing she did, they would not take her life. Is not this true?
Aye, madam.
This blue-eyed hag was hither brought with child, and here was left by the sailors. Thou, my slave, as thou reportst thyself, was then her servant, and, for thou wast a spirit too delicate to act her earthy and abhorred commands, refusing her grand hests, she did confine thee with help of her more potent ministers, and in her most unmitigable rage, into a cloven pine, within which rift imprisoned thou didst painfully remain a dozen years, within which space she died, and left thee there, where thou didst vent thy groans as fast as mill wheels strike. Then was this island, save for the son that she did litter here, a freckled whelp hag born, not honored with a human shape.
Yes, Caliban her son.
Dull thing, I say so, he that Caliban whom now I keep in service. Thou best knowest what a torment I did find thee in. Thy groans did make wolves howl and penetrate the breasts of ever angry bears. It was a torment to lay upon the damned, which Sycorax could not again undo. It was mine art, when I arrived and heard thee, that made gape the pine and let thee out.
I thank thee, master.
If thou more murmurst, I'll rend an oak and peg thee inside his knotty entrails till thou hast howled away 12 winters.
Pardon, master. I shall be correspondent to command and do my spiriting gently.
Do so. And after 2 days, I will discharge thee.
That's my noble master. What shall I do? Say what? What shall I do?
Go. Make thyself like a nymph of the sea. Be subject to no sight but thine and mine, invisible to every eyeball else. Go, take the shape and hither come in it. Go, hence with diligence. Awake, dear heart, awake. Thou hast slept well, awake.
The strangeness of your story put a heaviness in me.
Shake it off. Come on. We'll visit Caliban, my slave, who never yields us kind answer.
'Tis a villain, madam, I do not love to look on.
But as 'tis, we cannot miss him. He does make our fire, fetches in our wood, and serves in offices that profit us. What ho! Slave! Caliban, thou earth, thou! Speak!
What enough within?
Come forth, I say, there's other business for thee. Come, thou tortoise, when? Fine apparition, my quaint Ariel, hark in thine ear.
Thy lady, it shall be done.
Thou poisonous slave, got by the devil himself, upon thy wicked dam, come forth!
As wicked do as air, my mother brushed with raven's feather, from unwholesome fin, drop on you both. a southwest blow on ye and blister you all over.
For this be sure, thou shalt have cramps. Side stitches shall pin thy breath up. Urchins shall forth at vast of night, that they may work all exercise on thee. Thou shalt be pinched, as thick as honeycomb, each pinch more stinging than bees that made 'em.
I must eat my dinner. This island is mine, by Sycorax, my mother, which thou takest from me. When thou camest first, thou strokest me, and madest much of me. Give me water with berries in it, and teach me how to name the bigger light, and how the less burn day and night. And then I loved thee, and showed thee all the qualities o' the isle, the fresh springs, brine pits, barren place, and fertile. Cursed be I that did so! All the charms of Sycorax, toads, beetles, bats, light on you, for I am all the subjects that you have, which first was mine own king, and here you stymie in this hard rock, whilst you do keep from me the rest of the island?
Thou most lying slave, whom stripes may move, not kindness. I have used thee, filth as thou art, with human care, and lodged thee in mine own cell, till thou didst seek to violate the honor of my child.
Oh ho, oh ho. What had been done? Thou didst prevent me? I'd peopled else this isle's CALIBANs.
Abhorred slave, whom any print of goodness wilt not take, being capable of all ill. I pitied thee, took pains to make thee speak, taught thee each hour one thing or other. When thou didst not, savage, know thine own meaning, but wouldst gabble like a thing most brutish, I endowed thy purposes with words that made them known. But thy vile race, though thou didst learn, had that in it which good natures could not abide to be with, and therefore wast thou deservedly confined into this rock, who hast deserved more than a prison.
You taught me language, and my profit on it is, I know how to curse. The rid plague rid you for learning me your language.
Exit hence! Fetch us in fuel and be quick. Thou art best to answer other business. Shruggest thou malice? If thou neglect'st, or dost unwillingly what I command, I'll rack thee with old cramps, fill all thy bones with aches, and make thee roar that beasts shall tremble at thy din.
No, prithee, I must obey. Her art is of such power, it would control my damned god Setebos and make a vassal of him.
So, slave, hence! Oh, dear, thou did well.
Where should this music be? In the air or in the earth? It sounds no more, and sure it waits upon some god of the island, sitting on a bank, weeping again the king, my father's wreck. This music crept by me on the waters, allaying both their fury and my passion with its sweet air. Thence I have followed it, or it hath drawn me rather, but 'tis gone. No, it begins again.
Full fathom 5 thy father lies, of his bones are coral made. Those are pearls that were his eyes. Nothing of them had to fade, but to suffer a sea change into something
This ditty does remember my drowned father. This is no mortal business, nor sound that the earth owes. I hear it now above me.
The fringed curtain of thine eye advance, and say what thou seest yond.
What is it? A spirit? Lord, how it looks about. Believe me, it carries a brave form, but 'tis a spirit.
No, dear. It eats and sleeps and hath such senses as we have such. This gallant, which thou seest, was in the wreck, and but is something stained with grief. That's beauty's canker. Thou mightst call him a goodly person. He has lost his fellows and strays about to find them.
I might call him a thing divine, for nothing natural I ever saw so noble.
It goes on, as I see, as my soul prompts it. Spirit, fine spirit, I will free thee within 2 days for this.
Most sure the goddess on whom these airs attend. Vouchsafe my prayer may know if you remain upon this island, and that you will some good instruction give how I may bear me here. My prime request, which I do last pronounce, is, oh, you wonder, if you be maid or no.
No wonder, sir, but certainly a maid.
My language? Heavens, I am the best of them that speak this speech. Were I but where it is spoken.
How? The best? What wert thou if the King of Naples heard thee?
A single thing as I am now, that wonders to hear thee speak of Naples. He does hear me, and that he does I weep. Myself am Naples, who with mine eyes, never since that ebb, beheld the king, my father, wrecked.
Alack for mercy.
Yes, faith in all his lords, the Duke of Milan and his brave son being twain.
The Duchess of Milan and her more braver daughter could control thee if now 'twere fit to do it. At the first sight they have changed eyes. Oh, delicate Ariel, I'll free thee within 2 days for this. A word, good sir. I fear you have done yourself some wrong. A word.
Why speaks my mother so ungently? This is the second man ere I saw, the first that ere I sighed for. Pity moved my mother to be inclined my way.
Oh, if a virgin and your affection not gone forth, I'll make you the Queen of Naples.
Soft, sir! 1 word more! They are both in either's powers. But this swift business I must uneasy make, lest too light winning make the prize light. 1 word more! I charge thee that thou attend me. Thou dost here usurp the name thou owest not, and hast put thyself upon this island as a spy, to win it for me, the lord on it.
No, as I am a man.
There's nothing ill can dwell in such a temple. If the ill spirit have so fair a house, good things will strive to dwell with it.
Follow me. Speak not you for him, he is a traitor. Come, I'll manacle thy neck and feet together. Sea water shalt thou drink. Thy food shall be the fresh brook mussels, withered roots and husks, wherein the acorn cradled. Follow.
No! I will resist such entertainment till mine enemy has more power.
Oh, my dear mother, make not too rash a trial of him, for he's gentle and not fearful.
What? I say my foot, my tutor? Put thy sword up, traitor, who makest a show but darest not strike. Thy conscience is so possessed with guilt. Come from thy ward, for I could here with this stick disarm thee and make thy weapon drop.
Beseech you, mother.
Hence, hang not on my garments.
Pity, madam, I'll be his surety.
Silence. 1 word more shall make me chide thee, if not hate thee. What? An advocate for an impostor? Hush! Thou thinkest there is no more such shapes as he, having seen but him and Caliban. Foolish wench, To the most of men, this is a Caliban, and they to him are angels.
My affections are then most humble. I have no ambition to see a goodlier man.
Come on, obey. Thy nerves are in their infancy again and have no vigor in them.
So they are. My spirits, as in a dream, are all bound up. My father's loss, the weakness which I feel, the wreck of my friends, nor this woman's threats to whom I am subdued are but light to me. Might I but through my prison once a day behold this maid, all corners else of the earth, let liberty make use of. Space enough have I in such a prison.
It works! Come on! Ariel, thou hast done well. Follow me! Hark what thou else shalt do me.
Take comfort. My mother's of a better nature, sir, than she appears by speech. This was unwanted which now came from her.
Thou shalt be free as mountain wind, but then exactly do all points of my command.
To the syllable.
Come, follow! Speak not for him.
Beseech you, sir. Be merry. You have cause. So have we all of joy. For our escape is much beyond our loss. Our hint of woe is common. Every day some sailor's wife, the masters of submerchant and the merchant have just our theme of woe. But for the miracle, I mean our preservation, few in millions can speak like us. Then wisely, sir, weigh our sorrow with our comfort.
Prithee, peace. He receives comfort like cold porridge.
The visitor will not give him or so.
Look, he's winding up the watch of his wit. By and by it will strike.
Sir,
One tell.
when every grief is entertained thus offered, comes to the entertainer
$1.
Dollar indeed. You have spoken truer than you purposed.
You have taken it wiselier than I intended you should.
Therefore, my lord,
Fie, what a spendthrift he is of his tongue.
I prithee, spare.
well, I have done, but yet I
You
have...
will be talking.
Which, of he or of Adrian? For a good wager, first begins to crow.
The old cock.
The cockerel.
Done. The wager?
Laughter.
A match.
Though this island seemed to be desert,
So you're paid.
uninhabitable, and almost inaccessible,
Yet.
yet
He couldn't miss it.
it must needs be of a subtle, tender, and delicate temperance.
Temperance was a delicate wench.
Aye, and as subtle as he is most learnedly delivered.
The air breathes upon us here most sweetly.
As if it had lungs, and rotten ones.
Or as 'twere perfumed by a fen.
Here is everything advantageous to life.
True, save the means to live.
Of that there is none, or little.
How lush and lusty the grass looks, how green.
The ground indeed is tawny.
With an eye of green in it.
He misses not much.
No, he doth but mistake the truth totally.
But the rarity of it is, which is indeed almost beyond credit,
As many vouched rarities are.
that our garments being as they were drenched in the sea, hold notwithstanding their freshness and glosses, being rather nude-eyed than stained with salt water.
If one of his pockets could speak, would it not say he lies?
Aye, or very falsely pocket up his report.
Methinks our garments are now as fresh as when we put them on first in Africa at the wedding of the king's fair daughter Claribel to the king of Tunis.
'Twas a sweet marriage, and we have prospered well in our return.
Tunis was never graced before with such a paragon to their queen.
Not since widow Dido's time.
A widow? A pox of that. How comes that widow in? Widow Dido, huh?
What if he had said widower Aeneas, too? Good Lord, how you take it.
Widow Dido, said you. You make me a study of that. She was of Carthage, not of Tunis.
This Tunis, sir, was Carthage.
Carthage?
I assure you, Carthage.
His words are more than the miraculous harp.
He hath raised the wall and the houses too.
What impossible matter will he not make easy next?
I think he will carry this island home in his pocket and give it to his son for an apple.
And sowing the kernels of it in the sea brings forth more islands.
Aye.
And good time, my lord.
Sir, we were talking that our doublets seem now as fresh as when we put them on first in Tunis at the marriage of your daughter, who is now queen.
And the rarest that ever came there.
Abate, I beseech you, Widow Dido.
Aye, Widow Dido. Oh, Widow Dido.
Sir, is not my doublet as fresh as the day I first wore it? I mean in a sort.
That sort was well fished for.
When I wore it at your daughter's marriage.
Oh, you cram these words into mine ears, against the stomach of my sense. Would I had never married my daughter there, for coming thence my son is lost. And in my rage she too, who is so far from Italy removed, I ne'er again shall see her. O thou, mine heir of Naples and of Milan, what strange fish hath made his meal on thee?
Sir, he may live. I saw him beat the surges under him and ride upon their backs. He trod the water, whose enmity he flung aside, and breasted the surge most swollen that met him. His bold head, but the contentious waves he kept, and oared himself with his good arms in lusty stroke to the shore, that o'er his wave-worn basis bowed as stooping to relieve him. I'll not doubt he came alive to land.
No, he's gone.
Sir, you may thank yourself for this great loss, that will not bless our Europe with your daughter, but rather lose her to an African, where she's banished from thine eye, who hath cause to wet the grief on it.
Prithee, peace!
You were kneeled to and importuned otherwise by all of us, and the fair soul herself, way between loathness and obedience, which end to the beam should bow. We have lost your son, I fear, forever. Milan and Naples have more widows in this business making than we bring men to comfort them. The fault's your own.
So is the dearest of the lost!
My lord Sebastian, the truth you speak doth lack some gentleness, and time to speak it in. You rub the sore when you should bring the plaster.
Very well.
'Tis foul weather in us all, good sir, when you are cloudy.
Foul weather?
Very foul.
Had I plantation of this isle, my lord,
You'd sow it with nettle seed.
Or docks or mallows.
and were king on it, what would I do?
Escape being drunk for want of wine.
In the Commonwealth I would by contraries execute all things, for no kind of traffic would I admit, no name of magistrate, letters should not be known, riches, poverty, and use of service none. Contract, succession, born, bound of land, tilth, vineyard, none. No use of corn or wine or oil. No occupation, all men idle all, and women too, but innocent and pure. Treason, felony, sword, pike, knife, gun, or need of any engine would I not have. But all things in common nature should produce to feed my innocent people.
No marry among his subjects?
No man, all idle, whores, and knaves.
I would with such perfection govern, sir, as to excel the golden age.
And save his majesty.
Long live Gonzalo.
And, do you mark me, sir?
Prithee, no more. Thou dost talk nothing to me.
I do well believe, your highness, and did it to minister such occasion to these gentlemen, who are of such sensible and nimble lungs that they always use to laugh at nothing.
'Twas you we laughed at.
Who in this kind of merry fooling am nothing to you, so you may continue and laugh at nothing still.
Nay, my good lord, be not angry.
No, I warrant you, I will not adventure my discretion so weakly. Will you laugh me asleep? For
Go sleep and hear us.
What? Also soon asleep? I wish mine eyes would with themselves shut up my thoughts. I find they are inclined to do so.
Please you, sir, do not admit the heavy offer of it. It seldom visits sorrow. When it does, it is a comforter.
We too, my lord, will guard your person while you take your rest and watch your safety.
Thank you. Wondrous heavy.
What a strange drowsiness possesses them.
It is a quality of the climate.
Why did not our eyelids sink? I find not myself inclined to sleep.
Nor I. My spirits are nimble. They fell together as all by consent. They dropped as by a thunderstroke. What might? Worthy Sebastian, oh, what might? No more. And yet methinks I see it in your face, what thou shouldst be. The occasion speaks thee, and my strong imagination sees a crown descending on thy head.
What? Are you waking?
Do you not hear me speak?
I do. And surely it is a sleepy language, and thou speakest out of thy sleep. What a strange repose this is, to be asleep with thy eyes wide open, standing, moving, speaking, and yet so fast asleep.
Noble Sebastian, thou lett'st thy fortune sleep, die rather, winks when thou art waking.
Thou dost snore distinctly. There is meaning in thy snores.
I am more serious than is my custom. You must be so too. If heed me, will treble the oar.
Well, I am standing water.
I will teach you how to flow.
Do so. To ebb hereditary sloth instructs me.
Oh, if you but knew how you the purpose cherish, while thus you mock it, how in stripping it you more invest it. Ebbing men do most often near the bottom run by their own fear or sloth.
Pray thee, say on. The setting of thine eye and cheek proclaims a matter from thee, and a birth indeed which throws thee much to yield.
Thus, sir, although this lord of weak remembrance, he who shall be of little memory when he is earth, hath here almost persuade. For he's a spirit of persuasion, only professes to persuade. The king, his son's alive? Ha! 'Tis as impossible that Ferdinand's undrowned as he that sleeps here swims.
I have no hope he's undrowned.
Oh, out of that no hope. What great hope have you? No hope that way is. Another way, so high a hope, ambition cannot pierce a wink beyond, but doubt discovery there. Will you grant me Ferdinand is drowned?
He's gone.
Then tell me, who's the next heir of Naples?
Claribel.
She that is queen of Tunis. She that dwells 10 leagues beyond man's life. She that from Naples can have no note unless the sun itself were post. For the man in the moon's too slow, till newborn chins become rough and razorable. She from whom we all were sea swallowed, though some cast up again, and by that destiny to perform an act whereof what's past is prologue. What's to do in yours and my discharge?
What stuff is this? How say you? 'Tis true my brother's daughter's queen of Tunis. So she's heir to Naples, atwixt which regions there is some space.
A space whose every cubit seems to cry out, how shall that Claribel measure us back to Naples? Keep in Tunis. and let Sebastian wake. Say this were death that now has seized them. Why, they were no worse off than now they are. There be that can rule Naples as well as he that sleeps. Lords that can prate as amply and unnecessarily as this Gonzalo. Oh, I would make a chuff of so deep a chat. If you but bore the mind that I do, what a sleep were this for your advancement. Do you understand me?
Methinks I do.
And how does your content tender your good fortune?
I remember you did supplant your sister Prospera.
True. And look how well my garments sit upon me. Much feeter than before. My sister's servants were then my fellows. They are now my men.
But for your conscience.
Where lies that? If it were a Caib, it would put me in a slipper. But I feel no such a deity in my bosom. 20 consciences that stand betwixt me and Milan, candied be they, and melt ere they molest. Here lies your brother, no better than the earth he lies upon. If he were that which now he's like, that's dead, which I, with this obedient steel, 3 inches of it, can lay to bed forever. Whilst you do the like to this perpetual wink for eye, this ancient morsel, this Sir Prudence, who might not upbraid our course. To the rest, they'll take suggestion as a cat laps milk. They'll tell the clock by any business we say befits the hour.
Thy case, dear friend, shall be my precedent. As thou gottest Milan, I'll come by Naples. Draw thy sword. One stroke shall free thee from the tribute thou payest, and I, the king, shall love thee.
Draw together then. And when I raise my hand, do you the like to fall it on Gonzalo.
But one word.
My master through her art foresees the danger that you, her friend, are in, and sends me forth, or else her project dies, to keep them living. While you here do snoring lie, open-eyed conspiracy his time doth takes. If of life you keep a care, shake off slumber and beware. Awake, awake!
Then let us both be sudden.
Now, good angels, preserve the king!
Why? How now? Ho! Awake! Why are you drawn? Wherefore this ghastly looking?
What's the matter?
Whilst we were securing your repose, even now, we heard a hollow burst of bellowing like bulls, or rather lions. Didst not wake you? It struck mine ear most terribly.
I heard nothing.
It was a din to fright a monster's ears, to make the earth quake. Sure, it was the roar of a whole herd of lions.
Heard you this, Gonzalo?
Upon mine honor, sir, I heard a humming, and that a strange one too, which did awake me. I shaked you, sir, and cried. There was this noise, that's verily. 'Tis best we stand upon our guard, or that we quit this place. Let's draw our weapons.
Lead off this ground, and let's make further search for my poor son.
Heavens keep him from these beasts, for he is sure in the island.
Lead away.
Prospera, my lord, shall know what I have done. So, king, go safely on to seek thy son.
All the infections that the sun sucks up from bogs, fens, flats, on Prospero fall, and make her by inchmeal a disease. Her spirits hear me, it I needs must curse, but they'll nor pinch, fright me with urchin shows, pitch me in the mire, nor lead me like a firebrand in the dark out of my way, unless she bids them. But for every trifle are they set upon me, sometimes like apes that mow and chatter at me, and after bite me. Then, like hedgehogs who lie tumbling at my barefoot way, mount their pricks at my footfall. And sometimes am I all wound with adders, who with cloven tongues do hiss me into madness. Lo now, lo, here comes a spirit of hers, and to torment me for bringing wood in slowly. I'll fall flat. Perchance he will not mind me.
Here is neither bush nor shrub to bear off any weather at all. And another storm brewing. I hear it sing in the wind. Yon same black cloud, yon huge one, looks like a foul bombard that would shed his liquor. If it should thunder as it did before, I know not where to hide my head. Yon same cloud cannot choose but fall by pailfuls. What have we here? A man? Or a fish? Dead? Or alive? Oh, a fish. Smells like a fish. A very ancient and fish-like smell. A strange fish. Legged like a man and with his fins like arms. Warm on my troth, I do now let loose my opinion, hold it no longer. This is no fish, but an islander that hath lately suffered by a thunderbolt. Alas, the storm has come again. My best way is to creep under his gabardine. There is no other shelter hereabouts. Misery acquaints a man with strange bedfellows. I will here shroud till the dregs of the storm be past.
I shall no more to see. Here shall I die ashore. This is a very scurvy tune to sing at a man's funeral. Well, here's my comfort. The master, the swabber, the boatswain, and I, the gunner, and his mate, love them all, Megan, Marian, and Marjorie. But none of us cared for Kate, for she had a tongue with a tang, would cry to a sailor, "Go hang!" She loved not the savor of tar nor of pitch, yet a tailor might scratch her with a grashy dirty itch. Then the sea boy, then let her go hang. This is a scurvy tune, too. But here's my comfort.
Do not torment me. Oh.
What's the matter? Have we devils here? Do you put tricks upon me, savages and men of inn? I have not escaped drowning to be feared now of your forelegs. For it has been said, as proper a man as ever went on 4 legs cannot make him give ground, and it shall be said so again while Stefano breathes their nostrils.
The spirit torments me. Oh.
This is some monster of the isle with 4 legs who has got, as I take it, an ague. Where the devil should he learn our language? I will give him some relief if it be but for that. If I can recover him and keep him tame and get to Naples with him, he is a present for any emperor.
The spirit torments me. Prithee, I'll bring my wood home faster.
He's in his fit now and does not speak after the wisest. he shall taste of my bottle. If he have never drunk wine afore, it will go near to remove his fit. If I can recover him and keep him tame, I will not take too much for him. He shall pay for him that hath him, and that soundly.
Thou dost me yet but little hurt. Thou wilt anon. I know it by thy trembling. Now Prospero works upon thee.
Come on your ways. Open your mouth. This is that which will give language to you, cat. Open your mouth. This will shake your shaking, I can tell you, and that soundly. You cannot tell who's your friend. Open your chops again.
I should know that voice. It should be, oh, but he is drowned, and these are devils. Oh, defend me.
4 legs and 2 voices. A most delicate monster. His forward voice is now to speak well of his friend. His backward voice is to utter foul speeches and to detract. If all the wine in my bottle will recover him, I will help his ague. Come! Amen! I'll pour some now in thy other mouth.
Stefano!
Doth thy other mouth call me? Mercy, mercy. This is a devil and no monster. I will leave him. I have no long spoon.
Stefano! If thou beest Stefano, touch me and speak to me, for I am Trinculo. Be not afeard, thy good friend Trinculo.
If thou beest Trinculo, come forth. I'll pull thee by thy lesser legs. If any be Trinculo's legs, these are they. Thou art very Trinculo indeed. How camest thou to be the siege of this moon calf? Can he vent Trinculos?
I took him to be killed in a thunderstroke. Oh, but art thou not drowned, Stefano? I hope thou art not drowned. Is the storm overblown? I hid me under the dead mooncalf's gabardine for fear of the storm. Oh, not thou living, Stefano! Oh, Stefano! To Neapolitan!
Prithee, do not turn me about. My stomach is not constant.
These be fine things, and if they be not sprites, that's a brave god, and bears celestial liquor. I will kneel to him.
How didst thou escape us? How camest thou hither? I escaped upon the butt of a sack, which the sailors heaved o'erboard, by this bottle, which I made from the bark of a tree with mine own hands, since I was cast ashore.
I'll swear upon that bottle to be thy true subject. The liquor is not earthly.
Here, swear then how thou escapest.
Swim ashore, man, like a duck. I can swim like a duck, I'll be sworn.
Here, kiss the book. Though thou canst swim like a duck, thou art made like a goose.
Oh, Stefano, hast any more of this?
The whole butt, man. My wine is hid in the cellar by the seaside where my wine is. How now, mooncalf? How does thine ague?
Hast thou not dropped from heaven?
Out of the moon, I do assure thee. I was a man in the moon when time was.
I have seen thee in her, and I do adore thee. My mistress showed me thee, and thy dog, and thy bush.
Come, swear to that. Kiss the book. I'll furnish it anon with new contents. Swear.
By this good night, this is a very shallow monster. I, afeard of him, a very weak monster. The man in the moon, a most poor credulous monster. Well-drawn monster, in good sooth.
I'll show thee every fertile inch of the island. I'll kiss thy foot. I prithee, be my god.
By this good night, this is a perfidious and drunken monster. When his god's asleep, he'll rob his bottle.
I'll kiss thy foot. I'll swear myself thy subject.
Come then, down and swear.
I shall laugh myself to death at this puppy-headed monster. Most scurvy monster. I could find in my heart to beat him.
Come, kiss.
But the poor monster's in drink, an abominable monster.
I'll show thee the best springs. I'll pluck thee berries. I'll fish for thee and get thee wood enough. A plague upon the tyrant that I serve. I'll bear her no more sticks, but follow thee, thou wondrous man.
A most ridiculous monster to make a wonder of a poor drunkard.
I prithee, let me bring thee where crabs grow, and I, with my long nails, will dig thee pignons, show thee a jay's nest, and instruct thee how to snare the nimble marmoset. I'll bring thee 2 clustering filberts, and sometimes I'll get thee young scamels from the rock. Wilt thou go with me?
I prithee now, lead the way without any further talking.
TRINCULO!
The king and all our company else being drowned,
We will inherit here.
here, bear my bottle. Fellow Trinculo will fill it by and by again.
Farewell, master. Farewell, farewell.
A howling monster. A drunken monster.
No more dam thou make for fish, nor fetch and firing at requiring, nor scrape trenchering, nor wash dish. Ban. Caliban has a new master. Get a new man. Freedom, heyday, freedom, heyday, freedom.
Oh, brave monster, lead the way!
There be some sports are painful, and their labors delight in them sets off. Some kinds of baseness are nobly undergone, and most poor matters point to rich ends. This my mean task would be as heavy to me as odious. But the mistress which I serve quickens what's dead and makes my labors pleasures. Oh, she is 10 times more gentle than her mother's crab, and she's composed of harshness. I must remove some thousands of these logs and pile them up on a sore injunction. My mistress weeps when she sees me work, and says such baseness had never like executor. I forget, but these sweet thoughts do even refresh my labors. Most busy list when I do it.
Alas, now pray you, work not so hard. I would the lightning had burnt up those logs you are enjoined to pile. Pray, set it down and rest you. When this burns, 'twill weep for having wearied you. My mother is hard at study. Pray, rest yourself. She's safe for these 3 hours.
Oh, most noble mistress, the sun will set before I shall discharge what I must strive to do.
If you'll sit down, I'll bear your logs the while. Pray, give me that. I'll carry it to the pile.
No, precious creature. I'd rather crack my sinews, break my back than you should such dishonor undergo while I sit lazy by.
It would become me as well as it does you, and I should do it with much more ease, for my good will is to it, and yours is against.
Poor worm, thou art infected. This visitation shows it.
You look wearily.
No, noble mistress. 'Tis fresh morning with me when you're by at night. I do beseech you, chiefly that I might set it in my prayers. What is your name?
Miranda. Oh, my mother, I have broke your hest to say so.
Admired Miranda. Indeed, the top of admiration, worth what's dearest to the world. Full many a lady have I eyed with best regard, and many a time the harmony of their tongues hath into bondage brought my too diligent ear. For several virtues have I liked several women, never with any so full soul, but some defect in her did quarrel with the noblest graces she owed, and put it to the foil. But you? Oh, you, so perfect and so peerless, are created of every creature's best.
I do not know 3 of my sex. No woman's face remember, save my mother's and mine own. Nor have I seen more that I may call men than you, good friend. How features may be abroad I am skillless of, but by my modesty, the jewel in my dower, I would not wish any companion in the world but you. Nor can imagination form a shape besides yourself to like of. But I prattle something too wildly, and therein my mother's precepts I do forget.
I am in my condition a prince, Miranda. I do think a king. I would not so. And would no more endure this wooden slavery than to suffer the flesh fly blow my mouth. Hear my soul speak. The very instant that I saw you did my heart fly to your service, and there resides to make me slave to it. And for your sake, I am this patient log man.
Do you love me?
O heaven! O earth! Bear witness to this sound and crown what I profess with kind event if I speak true. If hollowly, invert what is best boded me to mischief. I, beyond all limit of what else in the world, do love, prize, honor you.
I am a fool to weep at what I am glad of.
Fair encounter of two most rare affections. Heavens rain grace on that which breeds between them.
Wherefore weep you?
At mine unworthiness, that dare not offer what I shall desire to give, much less take what I shall die to want. But this is trifling, and all the more it seeks to hide itself the bigger bulk it shows. Hence, bashful cunning, and prompt me plain and holy innocence. I am your wife, if you will marry me. If not, I'll die your maid. To be your fellow you may deny me, but I'll be your servant whether you will or no.
My mistress dearest, and I thus humble ever.
My husband, then.
Aye, with a heart as willing as bondage ere of freedom. Here's my hand.
And mine, with my heart in it. And now farewell, till half an hour hence.
1,000.
So glad of this as they I cannot be, who are surprised withal. But my rejoicing at nothing can be more. I'll to my book, for yet ere supper time must I perform much business appertaining.
Tell not me, when the butt is out, we will drink water, not a drop before. Therefore, bear up and boredom. Servant monster, drink to me.
Servant monster, the folly of this island. They say there's but 5 upon the isle. We are 3 of them. If the other 2 be brain like us, the state totters.
Servant monster, drink when I bid thee. Thy eyes are almost set in thy head.
Where should they be set else? He were a brave monster indeed if they were set in his tail.
My man monster has drowned his tongue in sack. For my part, the sea cannot drown me. I swam, ere I could recover shore, 35 leagues, off and on. By this light, thou shalt be my lieutenant monster, or my standard.
Oh, you're lieutenant if you list. He's no standard.
Oh, we shall not run, monsieur monster!
Nor go neither. But you'll lie like dogs and say nothing neither.
Moon calf, speak for once in thy life if thou beest a good moon calf.
How does thy honor? Let me lick thy shoe. I'll not serve him. He's not valiant.
Thou liest, most ignorant monster. I am in case to jostle a constable. Debauched fish thou. Was ever a man coward who hath drunk so much sack as I today? Wilt thou tell a monstrous lie, being but half a fish and half a monster?
Lo, how he mocks me. Wilt thou let him, my lord?
Lord, quoth he, and a monster should be such a natural.
Lo, again. Bite him to death, I prithee.
Trinculo, keep a good tongue in thy head. If thou provest to be a mutineer, the next tree. The poor monster is my subject, and he shall not suffer indignity.
I thank my noble lord. Wilt thou be pleased to hearken once again to the suit I made thee?
Marry will I. Kneel and repeat it. I will stand, and so shall Trinculo.
As I told thee before, I am subject to a tyrant, a sorcerer, that with her cunning hath cheated me of the island.
Thou liest!
Thou liest! Thou jesting monkey, thou! I would my valiant master would destroy thee. I do not lie.
Trinculo, if you trouble him any more in his tale, by this hand I will supplant some of your teeth.
Why, I said nothing.
Mum then, and no more. Proceed.
I say by sorcery she got, from me she got it. I would my valiant master would revenge it on her, for I know thou darest, but this thing dare not.
That's most certain.
Thou shalt be lord of it, and I'll serve thee.
How now shall's be compassed? Canst thou bring me to the party?
Yea, yea, my lord. I'll yield her thee asleep, where thou mayest knock a nail into her head.
Thou liest, thou canst not.
What a pinin is this, thou scurvy patch? I do beseech thee, give him blows, and take his bottle from him. When that is gone, he'll drink naught but brine, for I'll not show him where the quick freshes are.
Trinculo, run no further into danger. If you interrupt the monster one word further, by this hand, I'll turn my mercy out of doors and make a stockfish out of thee.
Why, what did I? I did nothing. I'll stand farther off.
Didst thou not say he lied?
Thou liest.
Do I so? Take you that. As you like this, give me the lie another time.
I did not give the lie. Out of your wits and hearing too. A pox in your bottle. This can sack and drinking do. A murrain on your monster, and the devil take your fingers.
Now, proceed with your tale. Prithee, stand farther off.
Beat him enough, and after a little time, I'll beat him too.
Stand farther. Come, proceed.
Why, 'tis custom with her in the afternoon to sleep, where thou mayest brain her, having first seized her books, or with the log batter her skull, or pounce her with a stake, or cut her wizened with thy knife. Remember, first to seize her books, for without them she is but a sot, as I am, nor hath one spirit to command, for they all do hate her as rootily as I. Burn but her books. She has brave utensils for which she calls, which, when she has a house, she'll duck withal. And the thing to most deeply to consider is the beauty of her daughter. She herself calls her a nonpareil.
Is she so brave, alas?
Aye, my lord. She become thy bed, I warrant, and bring thee forth brave brood.
Monster, I will kill this woman. Her daughter and I shall be king and queen, save our graces, and Trinculo and thyself shall be my viceroys. Dost thou like the plot, Trinculo?
Excellent.
Aw, give me your hand. I'm sorry I beat thee, but whilst thou livest, keep a good tongue in thy head.
Within this half hour will she be asleep. Wilt thou destroy her then?
Aye, on mine honor.
This I shall tell my master.
Thou makest me merry. I am full of pleasure. Let us be donked. Will you troll the catch you taught me but waller?
At thy request, monster, I will do reason. Any reason. Come, Trinculo, let us sing. Flout 'em and scout 'em and scout 'em and scout 'em. Thought is free.
That's not the tune.
What is this thing?
This is the tune of our catch, played by the picture of nobody.
If thou beest a man, show thyself in thy likeness. If thou beest a devil, take as thou list.
Oh, forgive me my sins.
He that dies pays all debts. I defy thee!
Mercy upon us!
Art thou afeard?
No, monster, not I.
Be not afeard. The isle is full of noises, sounds and sweet airs that give delight and hurt not. Sometimes 1,000 twangling instruments will hum about mine ears, and sometimes voices that, if I then had just waked after long sleep, will make me sleep again. And then, in dreaming, the clouds methought would open and show riches ready to drop upon me, that when I waked, I cried to dream again.
This'll prove a brave kingdom to me, where I shall receive my music for nothing.
When Prospera is destroyed?
That shall be by and by. I remember the story.
Oh, the sound is going away. Let's follow it and after do our work.
Lead, monster, we'll follow. I would I could see this taborer. He lays it on.
Oh, wilt come? I'll follow, Stefano.
By our Lakin, I can go no further, sir. My old bones ache. Here's a maze trod indeed through forthrights and meanders. By your patience, I needs must rest me.
O Lord, I cannot blame thee, who am myself attached with weariness to the dulling of my spirits. Sit down and rest. Even here will I put off my hope and keep it no longer from my flatterer. He is drowned, whom thus we stray to find, and the sea mocks our frustrate search on land. Well, let him go.
I am right glad they are so out of hope. Do not for one repulse forego the purpose you resolve to effect.
The next advantage we will take thoroughly.
Let it be tonight, for now they are so oppressed with travel they cannot nor will not use such vigilance as when they are fresh.
I say tonight, no more.
What harmony is this? My good friends, hark!
Marvelous sweet music.
Give us kind keepers, heavens! What were these?
A living drollery. Now I will believe in unicorns. In Arabia there is one tree, the phoenix throne. One phoenix at this hour reigning there.
I'll believe both. And what does else want credit come to me, and I'll be sworn 'tis true. Visitors ne'er to lie, though fools at home condemned them.
If I should say this in Naples, then I should say I saw such islanders, for certes they are people of the island, who though they are of monstrous shape, yet note their manners are more gentle, kind, than of our human generation you shall find many, nay, almost any.
Honest Lord, thou hast said well, for some of you there present are worse than devils.
I cannot too much muse such shape, such gesture, and such sound, expressing, although they want the use of tongue, a kind of excellent dumb discourse.
They vanished strangely.
No matter, since they've left their viands behind, for we have stomachs. Will it please you, sir, to eat of what is here?
Not I.
Faith, sir, you need not fear. When we were boys, who would believe that there were mountaineers dew-lapped like bulls, whose throats had hanging out them wallets of flesh, or that there were such men whose heads stood in their breasts, which now we find each putter out of 5 for 1 will bring us good warrant of.
I will stand to and feed, although my last. No matter, since I feel the best is past. Brother, my lord the Duke, stand to and do as we.
You Odin, whom destiny, which hath to instrument this lower world and what's in it, the never surfeited sea hath caused to belch up you. And on this island, where man doth not inhabit, you mongst men being most unfit to live, I have made you mad. And even with such like valor, men hang and drown their proper selves. You fools, I and my fellows are ministers of fate. The elements of whom your swords are tempered may as well wound the loud winds, or with bemocked at stabs, kill the still closing waters, as diminish one dowel that's in my plume. But remember, for that is my business to you, that you three did supplant good Prospera, exposed unto the sea, which hath requited her and her innocent child, for which foul deed the powers delaying, not forgetting, have incensed the seas and shores, yea, all the creatures against thy peace. Thee of thy son Alonso they have bereft, and do pronounce by me lingering perdition, worse than any death can be at once, shall step by step attend you and your ways, whose wraths to guard you from, which here on this most desolate isle else falls on your heads, is nothing more than heart sorrow and a clear life ensuing.
Bravely the figure of this harpy hast thou performed, my Ariel, a grace it had devouring. Of my instruction hast thou nothing bated in what thou hadst to say. So, with good life and observation strange, my meaner ministers their several kinds have done. My high charms work. These mine enemies are all knit up in their distractions. They now are in my power, and in these fits I leave them, while I visit young Ferdinand, whom they suppose is drowned, and his and my loved darling.
In the name of something holy, sir, why stand you in this strange stare?
Oh, it is monstrous. Monstrous! Methought the billows spoke and told me of it. The winds did sing it to me, and the thunder, that deep and dreadful organ pipe, pronounced the name of Prosper. It did base my trespass. Therefore my son in the ooze is bedded, and I'll seek him. Deeper than air plummets sounded, and with him there lie mudded.
But one fiend at a time, I'll fight the legion's o'er.
I'll be thy second.
These three are desperate men. Their great guilt, like poison, given to work a great time afterwards, now begins to bite their spirits. I do beseech you that are of suppler joints, follow them swiftly and prevent them from what this great ecstasy may now provoke them to.
Follow! I pray you!
If I have too austerely punished you, your compensation makes amends. For I have given you here a third of mine own life, or that for which I live, who once again I tender to thy hand. All thy vexations were but my trials of thy love, and thou hast strangely stood the test. Here afore heaven, I ratify this my rich gift. Oh, Ferdinand, do not smile that I boast her off, for thou shalt find that she will outstrip all praise and leave it all behind her.
I do believe it, against an oracle.
Then, as my gift and thine own acquisition worthily purchased, take my daughter. But If thou dost break her virgin knot, before all sanctimonious ceremonies may with full and holy rite be ministered, no sweet aspersions shall the heavens let fall to make this contract grow, but barren hate, sour-eyed disdain, and discord shall bestrew the union of your bed with weeds so loathly, you shall hate it both. Therefore take heed, as Hymen's lamps shall light you.
As I hope for quiet days, fair issue in long life, with such love as 'tis now, the murkiest den, the most opportune place, the strongest suggestion our worser genius can have, shall never melt away mine honor into lust to take away the edge of that day's celebration.
Fairly spoke. Sit then, and talk with her. She is thine own. What? Ariel? My industrious servant, Ariel!
What would my potent master? Here I am.
Thou and thy meaner fellows your last service did worthily perform, and I must use you in such another trick. Go, bring the rabble o'er whom I give thee power here to this place. Incite them with quick motion, for I shall bestow upon the eyes of this young couple some vanity of mine art. It is my promise, and they expect it from me.
Presently?
Aye, with a twink.
All right, I go.
Look thou be true. Do not give dalliance too much the rein. The strongest oaths are straw to the fire of the blood. Be more abstemious. Otherwise, good night your vow.
I warrant you, madam, the white cold virgin snow upon my heart abates the ardor of my liver.
Well, now come, my Ariel. Bring a corollary rather than one to spirit. Appear and pertly. No tongue, all eyes. Be silent.
Ceres, most bounteous lady, thy rich lees of wheat, rye, barley, vetches, oats, and peas, thy turfy mountains where live nibbling sheep, and flat meads thatched with stover them to keep, and thy banks with pointed and twilled brims, which spongy April at thy hest betrims to make cold nymphs chaste crowns, and thy broom groves, whose shadow the dismissed bachelor loves, being lastlorn, thy pole-clipped vineyard and sea marge, sterile and rocky hard, where thou thyself dost err the queen of the sky, whose watery arch and messenger am I, bids thee leave these, and with her sovereign grace, here on this grass plot, in this very place, to come and sport. Her peacocks fly amain, approach, rich Ceres, her to entertain.
Hail, many-colored messenger, that ne'er dost disobey the wife of Jupiter, who with thy saffron wings upon my flowers diffusest honey drops, refreshing showers, and with each end of thy blue bow dost crown my bosky acres and unshrubbed down, rich scarf to my proud earth. Why hast thy queen summoned me hither to this short-grassed green?
A contract of true love to celebrate, and some donation freely to estate on the blessed lovers.
Tell me, heavenly beau, if Venus or her son, as thou dost know, do now attend the queen, since they did plot the means that dusky Dis my daughter got, her and her blind boy's scandaled company I have forsworn.
Of her society be not afraid. I met her deity cutting the clouds towards Paphos, and her son dove-drawn with her. Here thought they to have done some wonted charm upon this man and maid, whose vows are that no bedright shall be paid till Hymen's torch be lighted, but in vain. Mars's hot minion is returned again. Her waspish-headed son has broke his arrows, swears he will shoot no more but play with sparrows and be a boy right out.
Highest queen of state, great Juno comes, I know her by her gait.
How does my bounteous sister? Go with me to bless this twain, that they may prosperous be, and honored in their issue.
This is a most majestic vision, harmoniously charmingly. May I be bold to think these spirits?
Spirits, which by mine art I have from their confines called to enact my present fancies.
Let me live here ever. So rare a wondered mother and a wife makes this place paradise.
Sweet now, silence! Juno and Ceres whisper, seriously, there is something else to do. Hush, and be mute, or else our spell is marred.
You nymphs called naiads of the winding brooks, with your sedged crowns and ever harmless looks, leave your crisp channels and on this green land answer your summons. Juno does command. Come, temperate nymphs, and help to celebrate a contract of true love. Be not too late. You sunburned sicklemen of August weary, come hither from the furrow and be merry. Make holiday, your rye straw hats put on, and these fresh nymphs encounter every one in country footing.
Avoid! No more! Oh, I had forgot the foul conspiracy of the beast Caliban and his confederates against my life. The minute of their plot has almost come. Oh.
This is strange. Your mother's in some passion that works her strongly.
Never till this day saw I her touched with anger so distempered.
You do look, my son, in a moved sort, as if you were dismayed. Be cheerful, sir. Our revels now are ended. These our actors, as I foretold you, were all spirits and are melted into air, into thin air. And like the cloud-capped towers, the gorgeous palaces, the solemn temples, the great globe itself, yea, all which it inherits shall dissolve. And like this insubstantial pageant faded, leave not a rack behind. We are such stuff as dreams are made on, and our little life is rounded with a sleep. Sir, I am vexed. Bear with my weakness. My old brain is troubled. Be not discouraged by my infirmity. If you be pleased, retire into my cell and there repose. A turn or two I'll walk to still my beating mind.
We wish your peace.
Come with a thought, I thank thee, Ariel, come!
Thy thoughts I cleave to. What's thy pleasure?
Spirit, we must prepare to meet with Caliban.
Aye, my commander. When I presented Ceres, I thought to have told thee of it, but I feared lest I anger thee.
Say again, where didst thou leave these varlets?
I told you, madam. They were red hot with drinking, so full of valor that they smote the air for breathing in their faces, beat the ground for kissing of their feet, yet always bending toward their project. So I beat my tabor, and like unbacked colts, they pricked their ears, advanced their eyelids, and lifted up their noses as they smelt music. Then I charmed their ears, that calf-like they my lowing followed through toothed briars, sharp furzes, and pricking gorse, and thorns, which entered their frail shins. At last, I left them in the filthy mantled pool beyond your cell, there dancing up to the chins that the foul lake o'erstunk their feet.
This was well done, my bird. Thy shape invisible, retain thou still. The trumpery in my house, go bring it hither, for stale to catch these thieves.
I go.
A devil, a born devil, on whose nature nurture can never stick, upon whom my pains humanely taken all lost, quite lost. And as with age his body uglier grows, so his mind cankers. I will plague them all, even to roaring. Come, we'll hang them on this line. Oh, well.
Pray you, tread softly, that the blind mole may not hear a foot fall. We now are near her cell.
Shh! Monster, your fairy, which you say is a harmless fairy, has done little better than played the jack with us.
Monster, I do smell all horse piss. I wish my nose is in great indignation.
So is mine. Do you hear, monster? If I should take offense against you, look you!
Thou wert but a lost monster.
Good, my lord. Do the favor still. Be patient, for the prize I'll bring thee to shall hoodwink that mischance. Therefore, speak softly. All's hushed as midnight yet.
Aye, but to lose our bottles in the pool.
There is not only dishonor and disgrace in that monster, but an infinite loss.
That's more to me than my wetting. Yet this is your harmless fairy, monster.
I shall fetch off my bottles, though I be all ears for my labors.
I prithee, my king, be quiet. No noise, and enter. Do that good mischief which may make this island thine own forever, and I, thy CALIBAN, for I thy footlicker.
Give me thy hand. I do begin to have bloody thoughts.
Oh, King Stefano! Oh, Peer! A worthy Stefano! Look what a wardrobe here is for thee!
Let it alone, thou fool! It is but trash.
Oh, monster! We know what belongs to a frippery. Oh-ho! King Stefano!
TRINCULO, put off that gown. By this hand, I'll have that gown.
Thy grace shall have it.
The dropsy drowned this fool. What do you mean to dote thus on such luggage? Let it alone, and do the murder first. If she awake, from toes to crown, she'll fill our skin with pinches, make us strange stuff.
Be you quiet, monster. Ooh, Mistress Line. Is not this my jerkin? Now is the jerkin under the line.
Do. We steal by line and level. Ain't like your grace.
Steal by line. That is an excellent passive pate. Here's a garment for it, which shall not go unrewarded while I am king of this kingdom. Here's another garment for it.
Monster, come, put some lime on your fingers and away with the rest.
I'll have none on it. We shall lose our time, and I'll be turned to barnacles, or to apes with foreheads villainous low.
Monster, lay to your fingers. Help to bear some of this away to where my hogshead of wine is, or I'll turn you out of my kingdom. Go to, carry this.
Aye, and this.
Aye, and this.
Go, charge my goblins that they may grind their joints with dry convulsions, shorten up their sinews with aged cramps, more pinch-spotted make them than pard or cat-a-mountain. Hark, they roar! Let them be hunted soundly. At this hour lies at my mercy all mine enemies. Shortly shall all my labors end, and thou shalt have the air at freedom. For a little, follow and do me service. Now does my project gather to a head. My charms crack not, my spirits obey, and time goes upright with his carriage. How's the day?
On the 6th hour, at which time, my lady, you said our work should cease.
I did say so, when first I raised the Tempest. Say, my spirit, how fares the king and his followers?
Confined together in the same fashion as you gave in charge. All prisoners, madam, in the lion grove that weather fends your cell. They cannot budge till your release. The king, his brother and yours, abide all three distracted. The remainder mourning over them, brimful of sorrow and dismay. But chiefly, him you termed, madam, good old Lord Gonzalo. His tears run down his beard like winter's drops from eaves of reeds. Your charm so strongly worksome that if you now beheld them, your affections would become tender.
Dost thou think so, spirit?
Mine would, were I human.
And so mine shall. Hast thou, which art but air, a touch, a feeling of their affliction, and shall not myself, one of their kind, that relish all as sharply passion as they, be kindlier moved than thou art? Though with their high wrongs I am struck to the quick, yet with my nobler reason, 'gainst my fury do I take part. The rarer action is in virtue than in vengeance. They being penitent, the sole drift of my purpose doth extend not a frown further. Go, release them, Ariel. My charms I'll break, their senses I'll restore, and they shall be themselves.
I will fetch them.
Ye elves of hills, brooks, standing lakes and groves, and ye that on the sands with printless foot do chase the ebbing Neptune and do fly him when he comes back. You demi-puppets that by moonshine do the green sour ringlets make, whereof the ewe not bites, and you whose pastime is to make midnight mushrooms that rejoice to hear the solemn curfew, by whose aid, weak masters though ye be, I have bedimmed the noontide sun, called forth the mutinous winds, and twixt the green sea and the azured vault set roaring war. To the dread rattling thunder have I given fire, and rifted Jove's stout oak with his own bolt. The strong-based promontory have I made shake, and by the spurs plucked up the pine and cedar. Graves, at my command, have waked their sleepers, oped and let 'em forth by my so potent art. But this rough magic I here abjure, and when I have required some heavenly music, which even now I do, to work mine end upon their senses that this airy charm is for, I'll break my staff, bury it certain fathoms in the earth, and deeper than did ever plummet sound, I'll drown my book. solemn air, and the best comforter to an unsettled fancy, cure thy brains, now useless, boiled within thy skull. There stand, for you are spell-stopped. Holy Gonzalo, honorable man, mine eyes, even sociable to this show of thine, fall fellowly drops. The charm dissolves apace, and as the morning steals upon the night, melting the darkness, so their rising senses begin to chase the ignorant fumes that mantle their clearer reason. O good Gonzalo, my true preserver, and a loyal sir to him thou followest, I will pay thy graces home both in word and deed. Most cruelly didst thou, Alonso, use me and my daughter. Thy brother was a furtherer in the act. Thou art pinched for it now, Sebastian. Flesh and blood, you, brother mine, that entertained ambition, expelled remorse and nature, who with Sebastian, whose inward pinches therefore are most strong, would here have killed your king. I do forgive thee, unnatural though thou art. Their understanding begins to swell, and the approaching tide will shortly fill the reasonable shore that now lies foul and muddy. Not one of them that yet looks on me or would know me. Ariel, fetch me the old apparel in my cell. I will discase me, and myself present as I was sometime alone. Quickly, spirit, thou shalt ere long be free. My dainty Ariel, I shall miss thee, but yet thou shalt have freedom. So, to the king's ship, invisible as thou art. There shalt thou find the mariners asleep under the hatches, the master and the boatswain being awake. Enforce them to this place, and presently, I prithee.
Before you can say, come and go, and breathe twice and cry, so, each one tripping on his toe will be here with mop and mow. Do you love me, master? No?
Dearly, my delicate Ariel. Now go.
All torment, trouble, wonder, and amazement inhabits here. Some heavenly power guide us out of this fearful country.
Behold, Sir King, the wronged Duchess of Milan, Prospera. For more assurance that a living prince does now speak to thee, I embrace thy body, and to thee and thy company I bid a hearty welcome.
Whether thou beest she or no, or some enchanted trifle to abuse me, as late I have been, I not know. Thy pulse beats as of flesh and blood. And since I saw thee, the affliction of my mind amends, with which I fear a madness held me. This must crave, and this be it all, a most strange story. Thy dukedom I resign, and do entreat thou pardon me my wrongs. But how should Prospera be living and be here?
First, noble friend, let me embrace thine age, whose honor cannot be measured nor confined.
Whether this be or be not, I'll not swear.
You do yet taste some subtleties of the isle that will not let you believe things certain. Welcome, my friends all. But you, my brace of lords, were I so minded, I could here pluck his highness's frown upon you and justify you traitors. At this time I will tell no tales.
The devil speaks in her.
No, for you, most wicked sir, whom to call brother would even infect my mouth, I do forgive thee thy rankest fault, all of them, and require my dukedom of thee, which perforce I know thou must restore.
If thou beest Prospera, give us particulars of thy preservation. How thou hast met us here, who 3 hours since were wrecked upon this shore, where I have lost. Oh, how sharp the point of this remembrance is, my dear son Ferdinand.
I am woe for it, sir.
Irreparable is the loss, and patience says it is past her cure.
I rather think you have not sought her help, of whose soft grace for the like loss I have her sovereign aid, and rest myself content.
You, the like loss?
As great to me as late, and supportable to make the dear loss, have I means much weaker than you may call to comfort you, for I have lost my daughter.
A daughter? Oh, heavens, that they were living both in Naples, the king and queen there. That they were, I wish myself were mudded in that oozy bed where my son lies. When did you lose your daughter?
In the last tempest. I perceive these lords at this encounter do so much admire that they devour their reason and scarce think their eyes do offices of truth. Their words are natural breath. But howsoever you have been justled from your senses, know for certain that I am Prospera, that very Duchess which was thrust forth of Milan, who, most strangely, was landed on this shore where you were wrecked to be the lord on it. But no more yet of this, for it is a chronicle of day by day, not a relation for a breakfast, nor one befitting this first meeting. Welcome, sir. This cell's my court. Here have I attendants few and subjects none abroad. Pray you, look in. My dukedom, since you have given me again, I will requite you with as good a thing, at least bring forth a wonder to content ye as much as me, my dukedom.
Sweet lord, you play me false.
No, my dearest love, I would not for the world.
Yes, for a score of kingdoms you should wrangle, and I would call it fair play.
If this prove a vision of the island, one dear son shall I twice lose.
A most high miracle.
Though the seas threaten, they are merciful. I have cursed them without cause.
Now all the blessings of a glad father compass thee about. Arise and say how thou camest here.
Oh, wonder! How many goodly creatures are there here? How beauteous mankind is! Oh, brave new world that has such people in it.
'Tis new to thee.
What is this maid with whom thou wast at play? Is she the goddess that has severed us and brought us thus together?
Sir, she is mortal, but by a mortal providence she is mine. I chose her when I could not ask my father for his advice, or thought I had one. She is daughter to this famous Duchess of Milan, of whom so often I have heard renowned, but never yet saw before, of whom I have received a second life.
Oh, but how oddly will it sound that I must ask my child forgiveness.
There, sir, stop. Let us not burden our remembrances with a heaviness that is gone.
I have inly wept or should have spoke ere this. Look down, you gods, and on this couple drop a blessed crown, for it is you that have chalked forth the way which brought us hither.
I say amen, Gonzalo.
Was Milan thrust from Milan that his issue should become kings of Naples? Rejoice beyond a common joy, and set it down with gold on lasting pillars. In one voyage did Claribel her husband find at Tunis, and Ferdinand her brother found a wife where he himself was lost. Prospera her dukedom in a poor isle, and all of us ourselves when no man was his own.
Give me your hands. Let grief and sorrow still embrace his heart that doth not wish you joy.
Be it so, amen. Oh, look, sir, here's more of us. I prophesied if a gallows be on land, this fellow could not drown. What's the news?
The best news is we have safely found our king and company. The next our ship, which but 3 glasses since we gave out split, is tight, yeah, and bravely rigged as when we first put out to sea.
All this service have I done since I went.
My tricksy spirit.
These are not natural events. They strengthen from strange to stranger. Say, how came you hither?
If I did think, sir, I were well awake, I'd strive to tell you we were dead asleep, and how we know not all clapped under hatches, where but even now is strange and several noises, a roaring, shaking, howling, jiggling chains, and more diversity of sound, all horrible. We were awake and straightway at liberty, where we, in all our trim, freshly beheld our royal, good and gallant ship, Master capering to eye her, on a trice, so please you. Even in a dream we were divided from them, and were brought moping hither.
Was it well done?
Bravely, my diligence. Thou shalt be free.
This is as strange a maze as e'er men trod. And there is in this business more than nature was ever conduct of. Some oracle must rectify our knowledge.
Sir, my liege, do not infest your mind with beating on the strangeness of this business. At picked leisure, which shall be shortly, single I'll resolve you, which to you shall seem most probable, of every these happened accidents. Till when, be cheerful, and think of everything well. Come hither, spirit. Set Caliban and his companions free. Untie the spell.
I drink the air before me and return ere your pulse twice beat.
How fares my gracious sir? There are yet missing of your company some few odd lads you remember not.
Every man shift for all the rest, and let no man take care for himself, for all is but fortune. Coraggio, bully monster, coraggio!
Oh, if these be true spies which I wear in my head, here's a goodly sight.
Oh, such a both. These be brave spirits indeed. How fine my master is. I'm afraid she will chastise me.
What are these things, my Lord Antonio? Will money buy them?
Very like. One of them is a plain fish, and no doubt marketable.
Mark but the badges of these men, my lords, and say if they be true. This misshapen knave, his mother was a witch, and one so strong that could control the moon, make flows and ebbs, and deal in her command without her power. These three have robbed me, but this misshapen knave, for he's a bastard one, had plotted with these two to take my life. Two of these fellows you must know and own, but this thing of darkness, I acknowledge mine.
I shall be pinched to death.
Is this not Stefano, my drunken butler?
He's drunk now. Where'd he wine?
And TRINCULO is reeling ripe. Where should they find this grand liquor that hath gilded him? How camest thou in this pickle?
I have been in such a pickle since I saw you last that I fear me will never out of my bones.
Why, how now, Stefano?
Oh, touch me not. I am not Stefano, but a crab.
You would be king of the Isle, Cyril.
I would be a sore one then.
This is as strange a thing as e'er I looked on.
He is as disproportioned in his manners as in his shape. Go, Cyril, to my cell. Take with you your companions. As you look to have my pardon, trim it handsomely.
That I will, and I'll be wise hereafter and seek for grace. What a thrice delass was I to take this drunkard for a god and worship this dull fool.
Go to away.
Hence, and bestow your luggage where you found it.
Or stole it, rather.
Sir, I invite your highness and your train into my poor cell, where you shall take your rest for this one night, which part of it I'll waste with such discourse as I not doubt will make it go quick away. The story of my life and the particular accidents gone by since first I came unto this cell. Then in the morning, I'll bring you to your ship and so to Naples, where I hope to see the nuptials of these our dearly beloved solemnized, and thence retire me to my Milan, where every third thought shall be my grave.
I long to hear the story of your life, which must take the ear strangely.
I'll deliver all, and promise you calm seas, auspicious gales, and sails so expeditious it shall catch your royal fleet far off. My Ariel, dear, that is thy charge. Then to the elements and be free, and fare thou well. Please you, draw near. Now my charms are all overthrown, and what strength I have's mine own, which is most faint. Now, 'tis true, I must here be confined by you, or sent to Naples. Let me not, since I have my dukedom got, and pardoned the deceiver, dwell here in this bare isle by your spell. But release me from my bands, with the help of your good hands. Gentle breath of yours my sails must fill, or else my project fails, which was to please. Now I want spirits to enforce, art to enchant, and my ending is despair, unless I be relieved by prayer, which pierces so that it assaults mercy itself and frees all faults. As you from crimes would pardoned be, let your indulgence set me free.